I like a good jam. But what I really like more is preserves. You know, where you put it all together and just it clings to each other and then it just preserves. I love peach preserves. I love fig preserves. That's my favorite preserve is a fig preserve. And sometimes we need to be preserved. Sometimes we need to be pre-served. Get ready to be served and to serve ourselves. You know, we're going through the Psalms and finding our soul, our mind, our will, our emotions in the Psalms. Today we're in the 16th Psalm, and I love this because the psalmist here, he says this, he's writing a song and he's directing it to God, and he says, preserve me, O Lord. In other words, make me something good. Put me through the process where I stand the test of time. And then he goes on to say, he says, trust in you. He says, you've got a plan and you're going to preserve me. I trust in you. And then he says this, I love this, because this is where the soul development comes in. He says, oh, my soul. Oh, mind, will, emotions, inner feel, inner me, inner person. He says, you are my Lord. In other words, I'm following you. You're leading me and I'm following. We're in this thing together. And he says, you're my Lord. You are my goodness. I have no goodness apart from you. I'm no good unless you're with me and you're in me. He goes on to say, he says, you know, you preserve my lot. I like that. He says, you give me my space. You give me my place in this world. And I want to stay in that. I'm not going to move. I rest in that there's a hope in what you've done for me. And then he goes on to say, oh, my soul, you know, I'm reminding my soul, myself, my inner person, I'm reminding myself that you have shown me the path of life. You do it every day. Whether I follow it or not, that's a different story, but you show me the path of life. When I'm with you, there's fullness of joy. In other words, you fill up my life with what matters, what means something. It's a satisfying feeling. And then he says, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay right here in the place where you have me. We have to tell our souls that almost every day. I know I had to do that myself today because I thought, well, I want to do this something. And then I said, you know what, that's not the Spirit leading me. That's just a selfish desire. And I had to stop and say, you know what, I have the mind of Christ and I can make good decisions. And that's because God is good and I'm following him. I'm Phil Underwood. I'm teaching us to be soul